Face tape. Is face tape really the new natural Botox?
Wait, what? Oh!
You look good.
Really?
Oh my God. So this definitely worked.
What's behind the idea of taping your face to look younger? Kinds of tape used in face taping, ways it is used, different products on the market, and we'll look even at some studies on this practice. Recent news reports and social media videos reveal that face taping has become increasingly popular. The practice involves taping areas of the face in order to reduce the appearance of wrinkles. Check out this short I did a little while ago. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about in terms of the tape and how it is used. This is one method. Look at this face tape. She puts her hair back, puts the tape up, instantly gives herself a cat eye. She's gorgeous to begin with, but look at the change in shape of her eyes. I'm sure you can adjust it for symmetry too. For me, I have to put nubbing in, I put threads in, it hurts a little bit. It lasts several months, but it's over $1,000 to $2,000 to get the cat eye thread lift. She did it in seconds with the tape. I'm going to buy that tape myself. Have you tried it? Face tape. If you think about it, that's exactly what Botox does. It stops muscle movement and muscle contraction to help reduce lines, wrinkles, and folds on the face. It's exactly the same mechanism, but in this case, we're using tape, not injections, so many more people can partake in it. Of note, there is no evidence to support the long-term efficacy or effectiveness of face taping. Although some may see a brief change in their skin after using it, many of you have told me and claim, yes, there are long-term effects, and I actually believe that might be true. But so goes for facial exercises. There's no real evidence to support facial exercises, good versus bad, but that doesn't mean that they don't work. And it doesn't mean that there's no benefit to trying them. As so many of you quickly point out to me, Doc, it works, trust me. You're very attuned to facial exercises, and certainly there are benefits that might come from it, including blood flow. We're going to look at this with the tape as well. Some of these tapes, they claim that you get increased blood flow to the area. This technique of face taping is also often used by makeup artists and is known as the invisible facelift tape. In fact, it appeared on the market, listen to this, 1889. It was used backstage by performers back then in a bid to hide their wrinkles. Later, during the golden age of Hollywood, some of you may remember, stars would use the face tape to reduce the appearance of wrinkles. Traditionally, the tape would be hidden under their wigs or hair. I'm going to show you some of that that's still used today. But today, it's mainly used in the entertainment industry just as a quick fix to kind of smooth out a few lines before a close-up shot. There's also a nighttime and full face tape mask that I'll show you. Imagine that. TikTok is full of videos from content creators claiming that their face tape has helped them look younger. In fact, videos related to this search term, it generated an estimated 565 million views on the social media TikTok app. The practice has been referred to as natural Botox. So what kind of face tape is used? Well, content creators all across TikTok seem to utilize all sorts of tape, from Scotch tape I've seen for sure, to Invisi tape products that are specifically designed to offer the facelift, and you can purchase them. Many, however, use KT or kinesiology tape. This was created in the 1970s and it was made to address several health concerns ranging from musculoskeletal pain, I'm sure many of you have used it, to sports injury. You also see it on like all-star basketball players and different sports figures. They're wearing it while they play. So let's start with this kinesiology tape. Let's look at that. It isn't just TikTok that's spreading this idea. In fact, the brands are selling this tape and they claim that there's inherent benefits to the tape itself. For example, Kinesiology Sports Tape, it's a self-described wellness and sports brand, but look at the crossover here. They now say that it's face tape products, which are very similar to the body products, that they're a safe, non-invasive anti-aging lifting method used to reduce facial swelling and wrinkles. They hit you with the wrinkles. The tape itself is said to have special healing and blood flow improving qualities that's better than any other tape. Well, it isn't necessarily a proven therapeutic tool, even in kinesiology and physiotherapy, because look at a couple studies. According to a 2021 review in the International Journal of Sports Physical Therapy, they assessed 38 studies. So it was a review article, and they used data from a small survey to assess kinesiology tape's therapeutic qualities. The research found that the product's therapeutic efficacy was inconclusive over many, many studies. Not just one, it was a review of many, and that there were inconsistent outcomes. With kinesiology tape, face taping involves placing these individuals of tape over areas such as, say, the glabella or frown lines, and they spread them apart and they hold them there for hours or maybe overnight. Even nasolabial folds or the lower face. So that's how kinesiology tape is typically used, to stop that dynamic motion. Now that's one method. The other method that you see of face taping includes taking two pieces of tape which have strings attached to them, and you place the tape, say, near your temples, and you pull it, and then you tie them behind the head so that the skin stays pulled tightly. You see so many TikTok videos and you're like, is that real? And sometimes the post pictures are, I believe, filtered. So the before and after looks amazing, but it's pre and post filter too. A lot of trickery out there. Enthusiasts report waking up with less prominent wrinkles, but you can also go out like that and have a pulled face while you're out in public. So some people wear them during the day and night or for special events. Just don't let anyone roughhouse with your hair or the show might be over, because you need that pulled. You can tie them, some people tape them, and like I said, they put them below wigs. Definitely comment below if you're using those. They seem to be the type of tape that really gets a lot of traction because it can be dramatic when you pull. Many claim that the kinesiology tape increases blood flow and temperature. Let's look at this study. This is a study using KT, kinesiology tape, to look at whether it could increase blood flow and circulation, because that's a lot of the claims that they give, that the tape has something special to it. And they talk in terms of the background, it's unclear whether the traditional application of this tape, which produces wrinkles in the skin, look at that, which produces wrinkles in the skin, is effective for improving blood circulation. This study investigated the local skin temperature changes. So if you increase blood flow, that helps reduce wrinkles, bring nutrients to the skin, bring antioxidants, and it should reduce wrinkles. That's when you're using something for wrinkles. Now, when they're using it for kinesiology, they noted that it can produce wrinkles. So you see the dichotomy here. But let's look at the results. If it indeed does increase blood flow, then there's an extra benefit on the face. And the theory is maybe you're stretching the skin in a way that would be beneficial for the wrinkles as opposed to the other way around. Let's look at the results. Both the CTM and NCTM showed a slight but significant decrease in skin temperature. That's not what we want. If we had an increase in temperature, that would mean we have more blood flow. That would be more beneficial for the skin. And this was for up to 5 minutes. The skin temperature at 15 minutes and after removal of the tape was not significantly different from the initial temperature. So there are studies showing there's nothing real special about that tape that would increase blood flow and give you special healing properties, at least as it applies to blood flow and therefore temperature that would have been beneficial. So, does it all work? Well, like I said, there are no clinical studies confirming the efficacy of face taping. Number one, there is the brief, no doubt effect for a photo shoot or a night out, or of course in acting in Hollywood. It definitely provides a temporary solution. So I do believe that. Number two, if we look longer term, face taping can be used to block the patient's ability to animate. Just for one, think of the frown. If you can't frown, and I know many of you do at night inadvertently, you wake up with deep lines. I have many patients, or the lines from being on the pillow that aren't kind of the frown lines, but are forehead lines, but they're not horizontal, they're vertical or on an angle. I know many of you have them. Comment below. And the face tape likely will help those because you don't crunch your head together. You don't crunch the skin and sleep like that for 7 hours, especially for you side sleepers. Same for the décolleté or the area between the breasts, especially people who have larger breasts. Lying on your side creates those deep lines that people don't like. If you add photo damage to that, the skin doesn't have the integrity to bounce back in the morning. It can take a few hours. So in that case, yes. Do I think it's long-term? Likely it is. Now I'm going to tell you a few precautions here we have to think about, because this is stopping dynamic lines or movement lines, whether it's movement from muscle or movement from your face or body being pushed together. Those are dynamic lines. Now, before I go into the precautions, check this nightly wear mask out. Now, some people go to extremes. This is something that people wear at night for their whole face to compress it so they can't form any lines. In fact, in some countries, I see people wear these during the day. This brings up my key point, and that is do no harm. So with tape, there are side effects. With this, if you think a full face mask, you get occlusion of your face. You can get increased pore size. The skin cream and the skincare you apply at night now has an occlusive over it. That's not good for many reasons, and you can affect and harm your skin barrier. Well, the same thing can happen underneath the tape. Number two, tape allergies, and these are common. They develop over time. Number three, you can get excoriations and acne, and they, of course, lead to scarring. So there are a lot of downsides to using these, but my key beef, my number one problem with this is that face taping doesn't address the underlying cause of wrinkles, which is the breakdown of collagen and elastin from genetics, from photo exposure, from smoke, pollution, and just damage to the skin over time and years lived. Here are some other treatments that you might consider other than face tape. Number one, there are all natural solutions in something called platelet-rich fibrin, or drawing your own blood, spinning it down, getting your own growth factor stem cells, and you can get PRF. Number two, if you want to do something a little more invasive to build your collagen, think about lasers. Non-ablative lasers, like think Fraxel, they work by stimulating the production of collagen through heating. Many of you know radio frequency, RF microneedling, Ulthera, HIFU. If you really want all natural too, IPL, intense pulse light. It's only light that's flashing. There's nothing synthetic and nothing entering the body, although you need a great provider because it can be dangerous. It's all about settings, just like all of those other devices. Number three, if you have more severe wrinkles, you might want to think about chemical peels, and they remove the outer layer of skin, or CO2 laser, because that is going to, it's like a burn effect where you grow back your own skin and the wrinkles tend to go away. Now, you might need a few sessions. It is more invasive and there are more side effects, but for some of you, you just need that to build collagen, and to boot, it helps with brown spots, so it makes your skin more clear. And number four, if there's more significant laxity and sag, one may need to turn to biostimulators or even surgery. It all depends on your expectations. With all of this, keep in mind prevention is key. Sleep, exercise, eating real foods, supplementation, nutracosmetics, and great skincare. Are you using face tape? If you like this video, I put a complete video up here for things you can do at home. Keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.